David is a very unique character.
One of the most important attributes a bartender can have is passion.
I'm looking forward to helping David, put his best foot forward.
Every different aspect came together to create this cocktail.
The qualities that a perfectionist should have is definitely that it is never done. You're never satisfied with the level of perfection. You have to put whatever you can bring to the show, but you just have to go. There's no reverse. I'm David Swing. I'm a bartender at Cause and Effect, Waterfront, Cape Town, living the dream. I come from a farming community, grew up between farms. My dad being a botanist, I had a big passion for plants. Mom being in the wine industry, I started working on wine farms, wine cellars, started making the connection between the plants and the drinks industry. Now I'm in one of the best bars in South Africa and concentrating on showing people what we do with all our beautiful surroundings to bring it through in creation and cocktails.
I've actually known David for quite a while now. I had the honor of working with him behind the bar at Cause and Effect for about a year. I worked with him, I mentored him, I worked alongside, I learned from him. And when he came up with this cocktail and he showed it to me, the first thought that came into my head is, this is your competition. Wow, you have made me proud. Because it wasn't just a drink, it was his story, his beliefs. So he truly captured that, and I believe that he did a fantastic job.
He's become much more confident in how to make drinks. He's become more daring in making drinks as well. He's realized that it's not just creating a drink, but really putting your mind, your effort, and coming up with something really amazing that the judges will love.
This is a pelargonium, right?
I'm using a spray from the one.
Just us having this as our back garden, being able to grow so many plants, this is one of the more sustainable plants. There's a large variety of it, there's not a little bit of it. We can easily accessible, get pelargonium all over the mountain.
You need to understand the respect that goes in making this drink. And then if I tell you the ingredients of it, maybe then you can think about having respect for those ingredients a little bit more. Maybe we can start looking after it a little bit more. That's something that's really beautiful about this peninsula. It's a whole new frontier of plants and flavors. And nowhere in the world else is it known. Growing up, everybody's like, why are you chewing on plants and smelling them the whole time? And now it's like really cool because now we can put it through into bartending. My grandpa was a carpenter and he took really big pride in what he was doing. I later did carpentry, but I'm not on the level of carpentry that my grandpa was. But I hope I can make my cocktail on the same caliber of perfection that my grandfather made dovetails. Dovetails are actually a joint in the wood that we use as carpenters. The whole thing is for you to experience the fond memories of my grandfather, bringing back memories of what I used to experience in the workshop and give you a little bit of that experience that I used to have. Taking back from what I really wanted to bring into the drink design, the wood that I wanted to work, the aromas that I wanted to bring from the workshop into this drink. It is trying to get that smell of that wood into that drink so that you get the experience I had. When the competition came up and they gave us the profiles of all the drinks, the first one in Korma was a no. And once I started playing with the flavors and seeing how that they can just complement each other even more. You've got cinnamons, you've got spicy apples. It was just match made in heaven, if I can put it that way. If you choose your ingredients wisely, you don't have to do a lot of components into a drink. There can be complexity in your flavors, but simplicity in your ingredients. The first thing is to get the resin smell into my glass, smoking the glass a bit with a resin. You can make it from a lot of other different kinds of wood, but the whole thing is to get that resin into your glass and the smell of it. Next to the woodwork shop, there was a tubialis tree, and it's called the African apricot. And it's this very little fruit. This is my sour that I'm going to be using in the cocktail. Then for the syrup that I made, this is made with the Kiel's amazing aromatics, really good stuff. I added some honey, sweetening it up. As I said, the tubialis, it's a very sour little fruit. A little bit of orange bitters. I'm not going to put ice into it to chill it, because that's going to ruin my aroma. A little bit of liquid nitrogen. And this stuff is cold. This is minus 260 degrees. It keeps the aroma of the smoke in there, because that was on the glass first, so it stays there. This is just playing on top of it and cooling it down. You have to take it like a connoisseur. That meaning you're not just going to chuck it down. That's the whole thing, is putting tequila as an enjoyable drink. Put your heart into what you do and trust yourself. This is where I belong. This is what I'm doing. This is who I am. And once you can put that part of understanding where you are, who you are, then you can start building on that perfection detail.
You know, it's about the whole experience. You know, when you present to someone and someone perceives you in a certain way, you'll feel a lot more confident about presenting certain drinks, especially at a global level. When I found out I was making a suit for David, I was really excited. And the first thing I did was stalk him on Instagram. The way he had curated everything, I told he's someone that really knows what he wants. And that was, for me, really took it to the top. And I was like, you know, I know exactly what to do for him. I'll be able to style him in a way that he will put his best foot forward in terms of going to Mexico and presenting in a manner where he looks good. And I think he'll bring it home. Making a custom suit is a lot like making the perfect cocktail, in that you craft it with different elements, different measurements to create this perfect cocktail. So I think the winner is someone who encapsulates a whole lot of elements, right? Someone who's down to earth, humble, but is able to connect with people, is a vibrant person, you know, is still very much a human, and that human element of what they're doing will distinguish them as a winner. So I really like how the suits come out. It fits perfectly. The linen, he really likes how thin it is. He's all set. 2020, Mexico, here he comes.
To be a perfectionist is just like Patron. There's no shortcuts. It's really believing in the best quality and taking forward. And that's exactly what David has managed to capture. By putting his story, his showcasing, his ingredients, how he brings the drink together, every different aspect came together to create this cocktail.
Designing a drink that's making us a better bartender is putting that little bit of extra perfection into it. That is how you become better than the rest. I hope that someone can appreciate it the way that I saw people appreciate my grandfather's work.